Guys, it's Lee in a fishbowl. Today is VEDA day number 4, and I'm doing the don't ask, don't tell tag. So I've seen this one done before. I originally saw it on Baby Belly Kelly's vlog, and then Megan Alley Doodles did it yesterday for VEDA day 3, and so I'm following her tags for the most part. And so I was a little nervous when I found out she was doing that one because sorry, these new bangs are driving me nuts. I'm liking them, but like it's taking getting used to. But I don't really, I worry about people putting labels on me for my beliefs. So, you know, it is what it is. This is what I believe, and I mean, I believe it for a reason. So, here we go. If you are going to make comments, please be nice. I'll delete anything that's disrespectful or attacking. I don't have to tolerate that, and I won't. So, you know, if you write something I don't agree with, I might delete you, and I'm sorry about that. But it is what it is, and this is the way I am. So, with that said, I guess I should also remind y'all that I am from Alabama, and, you know, the South is very rich in tradition and very conservative beliefs, which I lean towards, and in some parts. And I am also married to a Southern Baptist pastor, which I personally think a lot of times people get really bad raps for being Southern Baptist. I mean, you guys know me. You've known me for a year, and I don't think I've ever done anything, I hope, to offend anybody in the community. And I'm very respectful. So I would hope that just because I'm Southern Baptist, you wouldn't think bad of me. But just so you kind of know where my beliefs come from, here we go. All right, number 1, Democratic or Republican? I'm messing up, right? Republican. There are some things that Democrats do that I agree with, but for the most part, I lean towards being quite conservative. And it's mainly because of some non-negotiable moral things that I feel strongly about, and we'll address that in a minute. But I am a registered Republican. I voted for who? Well, I have to tell you, I really didn't like either of the choices this year. I was really not a big fan of Romney at all. I don't know. I just didn't really care for him, and I didn't like Obama. I don't like the health care plan. I don't like a lot of things that Obama stands for. So I voted for Romney, but I knew going into it that it was a waste of a vote because we knew Romney wasn't going to win. And there was not a good, strong Republican candidate. So, you know, it is what it is. Gay, pro, or anti-gay. I don't like the way this is worded. I'm not anti anybody. I do have certain beliefs that I feel are non-negotiables because I'm a Christian. So I do feel that wait for it, don't delete me yet. I do feel like homosexuality is wrong. There are a whole lot of things in the Bible that are wrong. I do some of them. I am not pointing a finger. I'm not judging. What you do and choose to do is between you and the Lord. It's not mine to judge. What you do behind closed doors is not my business. I mean, you know, if I start picking out one sin in the Bible, then there's the verse that says to get rid of the plank in your eye before, you know, you start picking out splinters in other people's eyes. And so I'm not judging anyone. They have the freedom to do that and to choose that. And so I do feel like whether or not I think it's right or wrong, it's not my belief. That's my belief, okay? As far as the gay marriage thing, and I know we're not supposed to elaborate on these, but I do want to because Megan did, and I know Baby Belly Kelly said not to, so this is like a tweak of her thing. But as far as gay marriage goes, I feel like for our country and the laws that are set up, that gay people should have the right to have a civil union. They should have the right to share insurance and to do all the legal things that married people do, because that's the way our country is set up, whether it's what I believe or not. I don't want my freedoms taken away and my religious freedoms because of things, and I understand why they don't want their freedoms taken away. I get that. I totally get that. I don't feel that marriage should be given, or that homosexuals should be married, because my bringing up is that marriage is a holy covenant with the Lord in the church. So to me, I separate marriage and a civil union or something else. Does that make sense? But as far as the legalities and the rights of an American, I feel like they should be the same. But I don't feel like homosexuals should be married in the church. Does that make sense? I have gay friends. I have friends. I mean, it's no different than any other sin. I mean, we all sin. I have gay friends. I have gay family members, and so I love them, and I'm not hateful at all about that. But that's just my beliefs, and I feel like to preserve my religion and my beliefs, that there is that line. Okay, so pro-life, pro-choice. This is where I really become a Republican, and this is why I said there's some non-negotiables. I'm absolutely 100% pro-life. I do not believe in abortion at all for any reason. And I know that Megan mentioned for rape and incest and things like that. And I've never really had to deal with that personally, and I don't know anybody. So, I mean, I may be speaking from ignorance, but I do still feel like adoption is a better alternative than abortion, even for those situations. And, you know, like I said, I've not experienced that. Number 5, vaccines. K2 had all his vaccines, but I now am diagnosed with MTHFR, and my child will have it, and that brings a whole new spin onto things. And I think the Lord just really blessed us that K2 turned out okay, considering that with this condition we have, that we are not able to process toxins and things. It does scare me, and if I do have another child, there will definitely be some questions asked and some very heavy weight considered before I put a shot in my baby's body. So that's changing. My opinion is changing on that, and I'm becoming more of case by case. Sugar before 1 and TV before 1. We had both with K2. The sugar before 1 was really something I didn't want, other than like natural sugars like fruits and things. But he stayed at my in-laws, and my in-laws were bad about giving him treats. So that happened anyway. TV before 1 only when it was like family time and we were sitting like watching a Disney movie or things. And K2 was the kind of kid who would sit and watch it. He was not the kind that would climb all over the place and ignore it. He just happened to be a little bit more mature in that sense. The only other kind of TV we watched videos like Baby Einstein, things that were supposed to help with developmental issues, not hinder it. Educational stuff, but not just food for the brain, like junk food. I don't do that. Cloth diapers are disposable. I think cloth diapering is something that's just kind of emerged in the last 9 years since K2 was born. I was a cloth diapered baby, but as K2 was born, there really, unless maybe I just wasn't aware of it, there wasn't a huge community of people that did it. You didn't see a lot of cloth diapers in stores like you do now. I would definitely try cloth diapering with another one. So, circumcision, that is something that my husband is non-negotiable on. I could give him every bit of information on why not to, and it's not going to change his mind. He is going to be circumcised if we have another boy. K2 is circumcised. That's one of those things, like, you know, I love my husband, and that's just one of those, it's not a cross to die on for me as far as losing my husband and, you know, forcing an opinion on him. So yeah, circumcision were for homeschool, private school, public school. I'm a public school teacher. I'm on my break right now. We have really good public schools down here, so that makes a big difference. I understand that's not the same everywhere. The private schools and public schools here are very comparable in my opinion, so I'm not wasting money on a private school just for the status of it. Homeschooling, I would love to homeschool K2, but I work and we can't afford for me not to work. So there are some excellent homeschool co-ops around here, and I definitely think it's a great option. Spanking or not. I was spanked as a child. My husband was spanked as a child, but and K2 has been spanked once or twice in his whole life. We have a really good kid though. We're very fortunate, but we've been very consistent with punishment, and we talk a lot to our son, and We have very open lines of communication. We did carry a wooden spoon in my diaper bag for the longest time called the no-no stick, and I probably used it once, and it was very lightly, and it got his attention, and I never had to use it again. My dad calls that a reference point. You got to have a reference point with kids. They've got to have a place that they know that if they cross this line, they're going to get that. And I think that he knows that, and we're very fortunate that he respects it. So we don't have to worry about that much. Cursing, nobody wants to curse in front of their kids, I hope. We certainly don't want to, but it has happened. I'm not going to lie. I mean, if you can look me in the eyes and tell me you've never cursed in front of your kids, then you need to be a saint. So, do I believe in God? Well, hello, absolutely. I'm a Christian. I believe that God is the only God. I believe that Jesus is the Son of God. And that's just my beliefs. I do believe that. I don't know how I would manage to have gotten through 6 miscarriages if I hadn't had my faith and the Lord sustaining me. And I know there are bad things that happen, and we think, how can God allow that to happen? But, you know, there's a lot of theology behind that. And quite honestly, you know, the Lord gives us free will. But one day, and this is just my belief, one day that it's all going to be healed, and we're all going to, you know, it's just going to be better. And things are going to, when the Lord returns, it's going to be better. And so I think he allows things to happen because he gives us the freedom to choose. So, but yes, I absolutely believe in God, and I love him. Cry it out. K2 cried it out a few times, no more than 5 or 10 minutes. I stood outside the door. He just went through a little period where he didn't want to be in his bedroom. He didn't want to go to bed, really, is what it boiled down to. He was a little toddler. But he did really well with it. I would never have let him just cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. But yeah, we did a little crying out. I don't think it was to the extent that maybe some people do. Organic or not, yes, with our MTHFR diagnosis and the issue with toxins, we are trying to be more organic right now. In the past, I wasn't. If we can afford it and it's available, I will choose organic over non-organic. Fast food, we do eat out. We eat more sit down than we do fast food. And when we do fast food, I really have been good about lately, in the last few years, making healthier choices. For instance, getting something grilled versus something fried, fruit instead of french fries, that kind of thing. But yeah, we do eat fast food sometimes. Co-sleeping, when K2 was an infant, he slept in a bassinet in our bedroom. And then he transferred to his crib, which was on the other side of the house, and he did excellent. He stayed there till he outgrew his crib. And then he moved into bed with us, and he's still there for the most part. I don't know if that's really considered co-sleeping, because it wasn't when he was a baby. It's more of like childhood close sleeping. I don't know. I would never have an infant in the bed with me. It's just the safety. I'm trying to finish this tag. My phone cut off because I was out of memory. So I am back now. So here it goes with the rest of my don't ask, don't tell tag. I think I stopped with breast or formula. We tried to breastfeed K2, but we couldn't because he was tied tongue. And so, yeah, that didn't work too good. He did actually pretty well in the hospital, and then it just kind of went downhill when we got home. So he went to formula, but I would definitely try again with the next one if there is a next one. Natural birth or epidural. I had an emergency C-section because K2 was overdue. His fluid was low, and so of course there was an epidural involved, but I would love to try for something more natural. I don't know. We'll see. Rear facing 1 to 2. When K2 was little, I can't remember what the rules were, what the regulations were at that time, but we followed whatever the state law was, and I think it's changed a lot since then, but we followed the rules. But I would, whatever the regulations say now, I would definitely follow them, whatever is safest. Brand names, name brands or off brands. I think I'm a good mixture. Some things I like particular brands of, and some I really don't care. So just a matter of what's available, what kind of money I have in my budget, and so on. Pop or water for you and your kids. For K2 and I, it's always water, and my husband drinks soda which we call Coke down here. If it's, doesn't matter if it's Sprite or Dr. Pepper or whatever, we call it Coke. But it's soda pop. So I don't drink soda at all. Very rarely. Like, I think when I was at Chuck E. Cheese the other night, I had some Diet Pepsi, which was like a rarity to have anything. And K2 has gotten really good about just drinking water as well. And we didn't give him soda until he was a little older anyway. Okay, dating age. When K2 graduates from college? I really don't know. I think that really is just based on maturity, and what the decision is based on how well a kid is responsible with things, and that kind of, I don't know. That's something I hadn't really thought about. It's not going to be anytime soon, I can tell you that. And it certainly wouldn't be early teens. It would definitely be after a driver's license and probably later. And it would be group dating and that kind of thing. So I would hope that K2 and I have a close enough relationship that he would want to hang out with us, with his significant other. Some at least. I don't know. I may be pipe dreaming. And then the last one, do you consume alcohol? If so, much? If so, how much? I rarely. I mean, I've had wine, I've had a pina colada, but I never even drank in college. There's no appeal to me. I mean, it's great for people who want to just, you know, relax, but I do definitely believe in moderation. I definitely do not agree with being drunk. Although I know the majority of people in this world had done it once or twice, so I can't say anything, because everybody's done it, but, definitely I don't agree with over drinking. So that is all I've got. This is my tag. So be gentle on me down in the comments below. I'm going to be nice and leave it open for now and see how things go. But love you guys and have a great Friday. See you later. Bye.